All right, so I don't typically make videos like this, but this is big enough news that we actually have to cover this. So what's going on right now? We have Carmax. Their stock is down 10% this morning. It's actually more the last time I checked, but it says right here that their CEO is stepping down. But depending on which article you're actually looking at, okay, so Automotive News says that Bill Nash was fired. We can go over here to some more news right over here. We have Wall Street Journal saying that CarMax terminates their CEO. And what it's all stemming from is very weak financial performance. So I want to pull up a couple different stock charts and to show you CarMax's first. So let's check this. And this is where all this is coming from. This is year to date. We are down 50% here for CarMax, all along the same time that Carvana and the same time frame is up 50%. So there's got to be a lot of things that are going on. Shareholders not liking this. Board is absolutely not liking this. I'll pull up a quote in just a little bit, and I want to talk about how CarMax and their CEO, or their CEO that was really stuck between a rock and a hard place, because they're going to be compared to Carvana. And there are a lot of things that Carvana is doing right now that CarMax, as far as the stock market goes, can't even compete. And I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But what Carvana is doing is not indicative of what the actual car market is going through right now. Now, in the last quarter for CarMax, we had sales that were down, and we had their values that were down too on their car prices. So the car prices going down, but also sales going down. And usually you're going to have the inverse of that. When you lower your prices, you should have sales going up, but that's not the case. We have a downtrending car market right now. We talk about that a lot here on this channel. This is going to hit CarMax in a big way. And so CarMax gets hit in the wholesale realm of things. On the retail side of things, they hold a lot of their own notes. And now there are a lot of they're able to package and sell a lot of their loans that they're getting. They're able to actually sell or get loans from other lending institutions. But CarMax is wrapped up into all of this, where they're actually writing a lot of loans. Go to CarMax, and I go there a lot. And a lot of these loans that people can get if they have subprime credit, they're getting 23% interest on top of these vehicles. And these vehicles are not cheap right now. So what do we know that's happened in the car market recently? Well, there's been a lot of cracks in subprime. And it might be that, okay, there's a lot worse that's coming, because we're starting to see these cracks. We saw Tricolor, subprime, buy here, pay here dealership group. They have 65 locations, shut their doors. They went under. We have the highest auto loan delinquencies that we've ever seen right now, the highest rate. We have repos that continue to go up and up and up and up. And this is a big deal that's coming in the car market. Now let's go over here to Carvana, because I want to show you really the comparison and talk about a little bit of what they're able to do and why, okay, the car market might be in a really rough place, but Carvana, I get these comments all the time. Well, my Carvana stock is up 50% this year. How is the car market all that bad, Brandon, whenever Carvana is just hitting the cover off the ball? Now, I am not an expert on anything stock market. I'm not an expert on anything financial. Don't take this to make any kind of plays in the stock market. This is all just speculation on my part. Let's put it that way. But I've watched a lot of videos explaining this. I've listened to a lot of who I consider experts explain to me what Carvana is actually doing. And what it looks like, from me, who is not an expert, it looks like there's a lot of selling that's going on by the primaries of Carvana. You have the Garcia family selling a lot of stock, and they own Bridgecrest, which is a lending arm, and they own Drive Time, which is another place that they can actually buy a lot of these loans. So Carvana is writing a lot of loans over here. They're packaging them together, and then they're selling them for a very high rate over here to Drive Time and Bridgecrest, which is owned by the Garcias. Garcias are selling their Carvana stock when they have good earnings. Their stock's going crazy all the time, right? They're able to sell a lot of that stock, and then they use that money to come over here to their privately owned company and then buy loans from Carvana for way too much money. So just so you know, when Carvana makes a sale, their gross profit at the end of all the financing, all the products that they sell, everything is right around $7,200 a car. Does that seem like it should even make sense? So what it looks like on surface value is that they're writing loans, they're selling cars for way too much, and then they're able to make a profit by selling those loans off to a company that is owned by the CEO. You hear what I'm saying here. So all of this is all kind of circle. They're packaging loans, selling them high. They're able to make money on this company, and stock price goes up because they are able to show good numbers. They sell stock, buy more loans, sell stock, buy more loans. So you get it. So anyway, that's why it's very difficult for Carmax to be able to be compared to Carvana. They're in the same business, right? Unless you're talking about these loans, they're in the business to buy and sell used vehicles and market them online and sell them to consumers. But you have a tale of two cities when you're having Carvana doing this in the same car market. They're not they don't have a crazy different model. Yes, you can click a button and for Carvana, the car can wind up on your doorstep. Very convenient for a lot of consumers out there. But the difference should not be this much. Operating a very similar model in a very similar car market. There you go. All right, so let's go into a little bit of this. Carmax said that CEO Bill Nash was fired. So depending on which article you say, he's either stepped down or is fired. I'm starting to see more articles now saying that he is actually out. It was a board decision. Don't know exactly yet. I'm just getting this from a few of these different articles. This is automotive news. This is one that I trust. So I feel like he was probably actually fired by the board. But they said that he was fired in a leadership shakeup. The company characterized as needed to strengthen its business. And his last day is going to be December 1st. And this is kind of a slap on the face for Bill Nash, for them to use that kind of terminology. They're saying, okay, Bill Nash is out because we need to make our business better. And the way that we make our business better is by getting this CEO out. And then we have, we'll see, we can go back to what the stock is doing actually today. And investors actually don't like it. The stock market just opened and we are down 13%. And I don't think they necessarily hate that the CEO, who maybe they don't agree with decisions that were made, is out. I feel like this just shows that Carmax knows it's a bad place. When you just can't keep going and doing the same thing over and over and over again, and your stock price is down 50% year to date. So they have to do something. A lot of times all of this falls onto the CEO's shoulders. And in my estimation, it's probably not all of his fault. It's probably just a product of this car market and Carvana doing much different things over here. But the way that we're looking at the space, I can tell you just from my used car lot, I sell cars that are $5,000 and under. And over the last 6 months, we had a good month last month, but the 6 months prior to that, we had made $0. I sell cars that are $5,000 and under. We sell a lot of cars. We move a lot of volume. We are, over the last 14 years that I've been in business, we have always been busy when we've had cars to sell. It has been a slog. It has been a big time struggle over the last 6 months. And I can tell you that my consumers look very similar to what Carmax's consumers look like. Lower income, subprime. That's what we're looking at right now. Where are all the cracks coming in credit, in auto loans right now? It's all subprime. It's the economy on paper, stock market, all-time highs, right around there, right? it's a tale of two cities. I know I keep using that phrase, but there's been a there's the haves and the have-nots right now, and especially in the car market, you have people are that out there that are struggling, that fit into that subprime kind of category, and those are the ones that are getting hit the hardest. And that's the customers that CarMax serves. That's the customers that I serve, and in a lot of cases, that's the customers that Carvana serves. And I really think that there's going to be a shakeup in the car market. What we've already seen from all the subprime lending going wrong. We're going to have banks that look deeper into these loans, and it could be that there's with the way that Carvana is operating and how they're selling, packaging, buying loans, flipping them over and over and over and over again. Their stock price might be able to just continue to go up because they're able to show good numbers, because they're just able to package all these bad loans together and sell them to Drive Time and Bridgecrest. But the rest of the car market that doesn't have the capability of doing those kind of things, they're not going to be able to do it. We had Tricolor that was able to. They were trying to double collateral. They were trying to double count a lot of their assets to get extra money from banks. JP Morgan, they got caught. Jamie Dimon called this a cockroach. This is his way of saying, I think, a canary in the coal mine, right? If you see one cockroach, there are tons of them. Tricolor was the cockroach that Jamie Dimon was talking about. Same customers that CarMax is dealing with, same customers that Carvana is dealing with. These are the problems that are going through the car market right now, and it's only going to get worse. And I'm seeing from other dealers right now, it's slow. It's slow for all of us, and it's just that CarMax has to publicly tell everyone it's slow. My car lot, I don't have to report to anybody. I talk to you because I'm on YouTube, but you're not going to really know how the car market is going by looking at a company like Carvana. I believe that what is actually happening in the car market, a company like Carmax, who is not fabricating things with loan packaging and any kind of underlying problems or anything like that, you're going to see all this in CarMax's numbers. We saw it last quarter. We're going to probably see it next quarter. We're going to see the quarter after that. And then we go to the manufacturers. Well, you have Ford last quarter, not this quarter, but the quarter previously, they put up record sales numbers. How can that happen in a car market that looks like what we're seeing right here with CarMax? There's some fabrication in my mind that's going on there too. There's something that manufacturers can do called channel stuffing. And what happens is that, okay, if dealers don't want to take any more inventory, but Ford needs to show some sales, they can start packing all these dealers full. I've been to Ford dealers lately. I've been to Jeep, Dodge, and Ram dealers lately. I've been to GM dealers lately. They are overrun with all of these big trucks, and it's because these manufacturers, to have a couple good quarters, they're starting to channel stuff and just pump all of these vehicles to these dealerships. At some point, these dealerships, they got to start turning away. And that's when you're going to start seeing what we're seeing in CarMax here, the weak market actually come to these big manufacturers. Because you got to keep in mind, these manufacturers, they're consumers. They're not me and you. Like if I would go buy a brand new F-150 on a dealer lot, that's not a sell for Ford. That's a sell for that dealership. That sale has already been counted for Ford. So if Ford is channel stuffing all of these dealerships, sending them way too many trucks that they don't need, that's when they actually count those sales. It doesn't matter if that truck gets into any consumer's hand. It doesn't matter if that dealership keeps that F-150 for 3 years. That was already counted as a sale for Ford, and at that point, they don't care. Anyway, I'll pull this up real quick. I'll go to the chat. Please don't send me money. I appreciate what you're doing, but I feel obligated to pull something like this up because you sent it to me. I really appreciate it, but just you watching is good enough. I'll run through the chat real quick. You know what? I think that's good enough. You guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want me to do more stuff like this, if I see news come up, and just pop on here and talk about what's happening. This is my instant reaction to what happened this morning with Carmax. And this is I'll probably get some more information on this and be able to have a video that's dedicated with a little bit more planning behind it. But I just popped up the news. This is what I saw, telling you what's going on. Thank you for watching, and catch you guys on the next one.